Hi all, I am Vishal Somani from product team and I'll be doing a demo of CleverTap's product experiences. Product experiences offer a complete set of tools for businesses to test, deploy, and personalize app experiences for different user segments. You can make all these changes in the app right from the CleverTap dashboard without writing any additional code or submitting it to App Store. I'll be demoing two product experiences features today, product configs and feature flags. Let's first explore product configs. With product configs, you can create customized app experiences for different user segments. For example, an e-commerce app can personalize the order of the categories listed based on user preferences. To easily set this up inside an app, the first time a user logs in, they could be prompted to select what their preferred categories are. And then we can store this as a user property preferred category in the profile. It's important for the e-commerce app to show categories preferred by the user in the first few seconds of opening the app. This increases engagement. The friction in the user experience of having to scroll to find a preferred category can cause drop-off. That's why the preferred categories specific to a user should be shown at the top of the screen. This directly impacts retention and drives revenue. In this example, if a user selects their preferred category as men's clothing, then user will be shown shirts, jeans, and trousers as the first three categories listed on the homepage. While a user selecting women's clothing will see dresses, tops, and sandals as their first category. Select product experiences on the left navigation menu to get started. To set up product config and feature flags, keys and segments need to be defined. Let's see what keys are. Keys are the app elements or the variables that need to be personalized. Here, we want to personalize the first three blocks to be shown to the user. So the three keys which we will define are first block, second block, and third block. To create a key, we need to click on the plus key button and we need to provide a name to the key. Let's call it first block. You can also provide a small description to this name. Next, we need to define the data type. We support Boolean, double, integer, string, and JSON data type. For this example, we will consider the data type to be string. And we are assuming the app is configured to pull corresponding images for the block using the same string value. Let's provide a default value of books. Once I do that, my key is saved. In the similar fashion, I have created second block and third block as two other keys. Now let's define the segments. We will create two segments, one for the users whose preferred categories are men's clothing. For the same, we can go to user properties. We can select preferred category and we can type in men's clothing to create this thing. For the sake of this demo, I have already created these segments. Segments with men's clothing as preferred category and segment with women fashion as preferred category. These are the two segments in question for this example. Now let's create a product config. Let's first click on plus product config and give a name to this product config. Let's call it preferred category on homepage. You can again provide a small description, which is not mandatory. The next step will prompt you to provide the different segments you have. I can start typing in and it can provide me the corresponding segment which I have created. So the two segments we have created are segment with men's clothing as preferred category and segment with women fashion as preferred category. Now let's add keys. The first key I want to add is the first block. Second is the second block. And the third category third key I want to fill in is the third block. Now I have added all the three keys here. Now let's assign what key values we need to show for different segments. For assigning key values and segments, we have this tabular kind of arrangement. You can at any point of time select what key you want to configure and that provide that value for that particular key for all the segments. For example, the default value for the first block is books and that is right now getting shown for both the segments. But we can change it to show shirts for the segment with men's clothing as preferred category, and for the other segment we can show it as dresses. Similarly, we will set up the second block and we want to show jeans as the second block, while tops as the second block for the segment with women fashion as preferred category. And similarly, we can create the third block, where the third block we want to show for segment with men's cloth as preferred category is trousers, while for the other segment we want to show it as sandals. Now we have assigned all the key values for all the segment. At this point of time, you can also define the priority of this segment. And what do you mean by priority? So what we mean here is if a user is falling into both the segments, then we need to provide a priority to the system to decide which kind of key value will be delivered for such users. Let's say in this example, the preference should be given to the segment with women fashion as preferred category. So what I can do is I can simply click on this and drag and put this category on the top. Now you will see that segment with women fashion as preferred category is on the priority. Also remember, all the other users which are not in both these segments will get the default value of shoes for the third block. And similarly, there are default values for first block and second block. Now you are ready to publish the version. Once you click on publish the version, you can decide the start time and the end time for your product config. You can click on continue and it will give you a quick overview of how the product config has been set, and then with a click you can publish the version. Now you will see that your preferred category on home page is available as a product config. At any point of time, you can again click on the product config, go inside it, edit the segments, add or delete segments, add or delete keys, change the priority order, and publish a newer version for your product config. All the versions will be available on the right hand side under the version history. Now how this product config is going to impact the users. For users who have selected or who fall under the segment of preferred category as men's clothing, the first block they will see is for shirts, the second block will be for jeans, and the third block will have values for trousers. For other users having preferred category as women's fashion, they will have first block as dresses, the second block will show for tops, and the third block will show for sandals, just the way we have configured in our product config. Now let's explore feature flags. The same e-commerce app has launched a new feature, store offers, to be released in the main navigation. The store offers feature lists discounts, promotions, items, and other things which are only applicable if a customer buys an item by visiting a nearby store. The feature was released to users in New York to test the success of the feature and to see if customers will make more purchases in store or not. We can set up this experience via feature flags where only users in New York are able to see store offers in the app. The steps to configure a feature flag are similar to as product configs. You can create on plus feature flag, provide a name, store offers feature flag. And as we mentioned, we want to just show it to the users in New York. So we will select segment users in New York. Similarly, we will select the keys which are store offers. This we have already defined. Remember, in feature flags, the types of keys supported are only Boolean, as the purpose of this key is to decide whether to show or hide a particular feature from a user segment. Just the way we have a tabular arrangement to set the values for the different keys for different segment. We will have a similar arrangement here in product config, where you can say that for all the other users, the default value is false. That is, this feature will not be shown to such users. But for users in New York, I can toggle it to true, and now the feature will be only available to users in New York. Again, I can publish this feature flag by clicking the button publish version. It will ask me for start time and end time, and quickly provide me with an overview to verify and publish the version. Once published, for a New York user, the store offers would be available, while for other users, this feature will be completely hidden. This is how you can set up your product configs and feature flag and deliver a personalized app experience to different user segments.